Part 1. Hi, I'm Nick Dolinsky, and I would like to offer you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to give me money. For what, you ask? Well, if you need to know. I would like to shoot a pilot for a TV show called Slightly Damaged. It's a half-hour comedy about people who procure used items and sell them online. It's like Storage Wars, but scripted. But I think most of Storage Wars is actually scripted. It's not exactly a heartwarming or family-friendly show. It won't bring your family closer together or teach you important life lessons. Slightly Damaged is a darker and more nihilistic show. For instance, in the pilot, the character Steve finds a burial urn and becomes obsessed with it. He names it Ernest.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
You're not keeping that.
What do you have against Ernest? Okay, Ernest was a great man. He lived a life of great intrigue and wrote beautiful, concise works of literature. And when mental illness finally caught up with him, he did the right thing and took his own life.
That's sure not to offend anyone. Anywho, Slightly Damaged has 4 main characters: Danny, Steve, Noah, and Claire. Danny's played by Rebecca Applebaum.
So, Danny, tell me more about the wonders of vitamin D.
Well, it cures seasonal affective disorder.
Uh-huh.
And it improves overall health. I mean, I've only been taking it for a day and I feel so good. I didn't even need to sleep last night.
Wow!
But I really need to be going. I've got a bunch of clothes to drop off at the donation bin and I think the CIA might be watching me.
I don't think those are vitamin D pills she's taking.
No, those are hard drugs.
Brennan Martin plays Steve.
What is this about?
Steve's parents need money or they're going to get kicked out of their house and Steve won't give it to them.
Why not? You seem well-to-do, Steve.
Why? Because they can pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, that's why. They need money, McDonald's is always hiring, if you're bilingual.
But they're your parents.
You know who else were parents? Saddam Hussein and John Wayne Gacy. And Pierre Trudeau. Look how that turned out.
Noah's played by Ryan Ali.
I was thinking of taking a cooking class.
Why?
Well, I don't know, like girls like guys who can cook, right?
Girls like guys who have their shit together and give them vaginal orgasms. Maybe you should take a class on having dignity.
Caitlin Robson plays Claire.
Hello?
Oh, hey Claire, how are you?
Fine.
Great. So, I wanted to tell you something because we're friends.
No, we aren't. I don't know you well.
Right.
Episodes usually start with our characters finding a bizarre item. In one episode, they find a vintage 8-track pornography tape called Miss Margaret's Mimsy.
You are not going to try to sell that.
No, Noah is.
No way.
It's a collectible item. 8-track audio pornography.
No, it's electronics. That's your area.
Let's have a smart person's opinion.
Claire, is the weird 8-track porn a collectible or electronics?
I would consider it an educational glimpse into the disturbing sexual deviance of our parents' generation. It perhaps to be put into some kind of upsetting historical exhibit, like the Holocaust Museum or the Killing Fields.
Okay, 1 point for electronics.
Disagree. I disagree.
What I would like to do is shoot the pilot episode of this series as a proof of concept to pitch further to networks. My estimated budget is $6,000. Now you may say that that's very little money to shoot an episode of a TV show. Well, to that I say, what makes you such a goddamn expert? But also I would agree with you. That is very little money. Luckily the pilot episode of Slightly Damaged isn't extremely demanding budget-wise. There aren't any particularly expensive set pieces, and the sets are quite simple and contained. As for labor, I'll be taking on the majority of the pre- and post-production, with my co-producer Matt Joyce. Both of us have worked on numerous professional projects. Also on board is my friend Jillian Pownall as director of photography. She's one of my favorite people to work with, and our taste and visual style match up really well. I'll be taking on the role of director, which I've done a number of times in the past. I'm also experienced in production design, cinematography, editing, sound, and coloring. I've even done this job, which sucks. In fact, I did all of these things for this very video, and this video's f***ing amazing. Suffice it to say, aside from makeup, we can tackle a large amount of the production with minimal crew, which is a major cost saver. But perhaps you might be saying, why so much money? Give me an iPhone 5 and $20 and I'll shoot this thing myself. It's the digital age, nothing costs any money anymore. Well, to that I say, not true. Secondly, in spite of the pilot's low budget, I would like the final product to be visually impressive and professional. From my experience, that means less run-and-gun shooting and more proper planning, skilled cast, skilled crew, and those people's time. Double costs. Are you convinced? Then donate to our Indiegogo page. Are you not convinced? Then check out our perks in our next video. Will you never be convinced? Well, honestly, I feel like you're being overly critical.